Hi guys, so I'm hoping you figured out what my issue was. Last time I forgot to actually tell you about what the DAT file was, and I was running into 5 minutes, so I'll just do that here. Basically it's just a storage file and all that. It can store multiple stuff, like video, text and all that. And in the case of what we were storing before in the flash drive of the Switch, it was storing the system settings or of any real changes that we made to it. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to enter into Switch. We're going to hit the command enable. Now, once you get to EN, you can tab it out and it'll do everything. But also, once you get to E, it's got two commands, enable or exit. So now once you've got EN, it knows it's enable and you hit enter and it goes up to upper command level. Now this area, we've got a lot more commands to access. This is basically just a like executive commands and all that. So this is the executive level. Now the next thing that we need to do is we need to get to configure, and we've got an option here. We've got terminal. So this is global configuration mode, if I remember my terminology correctly, and it's pretty simple. What we need to do here is we've done it before. We've done the host name. We're just going to name this thing Switch. It's got Switch 3, but we're going to name it Switch 1. Probably should have named it Switch 3, and we also want to enter the command no IP domain. No IP domain lookup. It took a lot longer than I would have liked. And from here we can also enter passwords. Now these are just the basic steps that you'll go through when configuring a Switch. Now password we could enter as password and all that, but we don't want to actually do that. We want enable secret, and if you hit question mark, it can tell you what it says. It specifies an unencrypted 0 will specify an unencrypted password, 5 specifies an encrypted secret will follow, or we can enter a line, unencrypted clear text, enable secret and all that, or we can set a level with the password. So we're just going to call our password CCNA. Now that's a password there, and we also want to enter command line console 0. Now I'm going to need to go on just a little bit more in a second, but we'll just get through this. Now here we can enter the password, and we'll name this one Cisco, as well, we are doing a bit of Cisco work here, and login, followed by the command exit. Okay, so now what we've done here is at the line console 0, what we've done is we've entered into the configuration line, or the console line. Now we've consoled into the Switch, like we're using the Switch, but if someone else wants to use the Switch, we want to make them have to go through some procedures. So imagine they've got a console connection. I'll try to explain that, well, without any aid soon. And we've got password, we set the password as Cisco, we've got the login, we've got the login, and we've just got the login and the exit. So basically we've set up the password on the Switch. Now what we need to do after this is we need service password encryption. Now that way no one will see what we're doing, and I'm going to quickly run in a banner. Message of the day, MOTD, and now we need a special character. I'm going to use hash, don't enter, and to close it off with a hash. Now this way anything inside these hashes will be taken as the message of the day, and if we end and exit, now we're going to get started again. If we hit enter, it's used our banner here. It's requiring our password. Now, if I remember correctly, we did CCNA or CCNA. Oh. Actually that's right. This is the console because we're consoling in, sorry. So this one is Cisco. Sorry about that. That was embarrassing there. And now here is where we use the CCNA password. Now we're back into the router, and as you would notice, it's got the save device. Now, before we go on any further, what I want to explain is that in a real lab environment, we don't have this little switch icon here to just click on. What we need to do is we need to be in the PC, obviously here, and we need to be able to connect from one of the devices we have on our TV, PC, sorry about that, that was another embarrassing moment of mine. I'm getting a bit delirious at this point, I guess. Now, on the labs that I've been using and all that, we've got a TeraTerm, or TeraTerm, I don't know. I think I just call it TeraTerm, but I think it's called TeraTerm, which will allow us to use either a console connection or an IP address connection. With a console connection, we just click on it, we console into the switch, and would have, say, a pop-up or just what I'll do is I'll bring my video over. Say we're working on a switch. Here's the switch. We've got the computer. We've accessed from my video. We've accessed into the switch, and then essentially we're in the switch's command line, and that's when we'd need that's what a console port does. It allows a direct connection from a computer into a switch, which we haven't actually done here. We've got just I believe an Ethernet cable connection here, or a fiber, I don't know, it really depends on, it's just said there's copper straight through and copper crossover, but that's what we've done. We've got a direct connection into the switch here, whereas in the real world we need to have connection to the PC, which will then allow us to activate a device, or activate an application that will allow us on the console line to enter into the switch. So I hope I haven't confused you. If you've got any questions, just send them to me in the comments and I will get back to them as soon as possible. Otherwise, thanks for watching and remember to like and subscribe.